they've sent everyone to Camberwell Green.
Trainee barrister Kokoli Pandey has had a grueling 18-month apprenticeship and now hopes to win a permanent job in Chambers.
Please take my name and give it to the custody and the court so that...
She has done the training. Now she needs to pass the interview.
It's quite a terrifying experience because the door can snap shut and then you're sort of effectively back to square one.
Kokoli is one of 4 candidates who were all competing to be taken on. There are 15,000 barristers in Britain, but with more and more joining the profession every year, there is not enough work or money to go round. Only the strongest will survive.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Bye. Bye. I'm in.
Kokoli is now a tenant barrister at her chambers, 2 Dr. Johnson's buildings. Within a week of getting the job, she's on the way to her first Crown Court trial.
I've Googled my opponent because I wanted to find out I wanted to contact him to talk to him about the case. And I found out that my opponent became a barrister 6-7 years before I was born, so I'm quite apprehensive about meeting him.
New tenants can expect only 3 or 4 Crown Court trials in their first year, but they could earn as much as 4 times the amount they get for work in magistrates' courts. Kokoli's head of chambers, Mark Love, hopes she will continue to attract lucrative business.
In the decision to give a pupil a tenancy, one is being optimistic that the work can be generated because of their own ability, and this is going to increase the amount of work that's actually available in the chambers. If they remain merely in the magistrates' court for the next 12, 15 months, 2 years after their tenancy, they are not, in my view, going to survive financially at the bar.
In her first appearance at the Crown Court, Kokoli is defending a man accused of attacking his girlfriend with a baseball bat.
The trial is about a man and a woman who used to be in a relationship for a very, very long time, but at the time of the incident, they were going through quite a rocky patch. The woman is saying that a man beat her up quite brutally in a local wood. And the man, who's my client, says nothing like that happened. We went to that wood to have sex. So that's what he's saying, that, you know, they quite like to indulge in a bit of public affection. And that's what they did that night, but under no circumstances did he beat her up in the way that she's saying.
Moving up from the magistrates to the Crown Court is a big step in any barrister's career, but the ultimate challenge is to appear at the highest court in the land.
We're going through to the House of Lords, Judicial Chamber.
Sorry.
We're going through to the Judicial Chamber, we're going in the, or whatever that entrance is called there.
Black rods?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
David Wolfe is taking a case to the Law Lords, the country's most senior judges.
So this is the judge's corridor. So that's it, that's our courtroom. Come in. Here we are. When people are talking to the members of the House of Lords, the judges, they'll stand here. Little map here of where the judges are. 5 judges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will sit in a circle around there. This is our appeal, so we will start. So I'll talk first, so the other side will probably spend most of the day just sitting there, looking miserable. Hello.
The other side have assembled a formidable team.
Three days, apparently. Is that different to what you think? There's two sides over there, as it were, and I suspect they've got more people as well, just there. One's a government department, effectively, and one's a private company, so they're likely, in most cases, to have lots of people, whereas we've only got quite a small team.
The case is all about one of the world's largest cement companies. 5 years ago, Cemex was granted a permit to start burning shredded tyres as fuel. But ever since, Lilian Palikaropoulos has been challenging that decision.
Now you can see the cement plant beautifully. It looms over the town. You can actually see it from about 10, 15 miles away, in all directions.
Cemex is operating lawfully, but Lilian claims that the government's Environment Agency acted unlawfully in the way they granted the permit.
What this court case is about, basically, is shown here on this photograph. I don't know if I can make it a little bit bigger. This is the main stack, which is 115 metres high, and that has about 3,000 tonnes of gas coming out of it every day. Now, these here are the cement mills at the back, and there you can see one stack there, and there's another one at the back there, and these are what we call the low-level point source emissions. These are supposed to be limited, but they're only monitored twice a year, and it's these that cause the problems and the main impact on people who live near the plant. Cemex says sorry, as 8 tonnes of pulverised fuel falls on people's heads as far away as 3 miles away, and this is, just a wiping off the top of somebody's car. They got an enforcement action and telling them to smarten up their act and not to let it happen again. And that was just a few weeks after they'd been fined in the courts in Warwick for dumping 7 tonnes of dust on our head. Yes, I'm afraid it's all rather untidy, she says. That's the understatement. The understatement. I mean, people told me to file when we started this whole case. They said file, but I thought, well, it'll be over soon. I won't need to file. So then everything just became a disaster, and lots of it's in boxes, and I've got other rooms as well with more files, I hasten to admit, but most of it ends up just stacked up. When you need to find something, it's very difficult, really.
Lilian's been to the High Court, she's been to the Court of Appeal. Now she's paying £25,000 of her own money to have her case heard at the House of Lords.
You're right. Hey, you. Nice to see you. You're right. All right.
Yeah, good to see you.
Should we go outside?
Yeah, sure. Perfect. Found out this morning.
No, don't tell me more stuff. I can't do new stuff. Lilian, please.
It's very exciting and a little bit intimidating, I have to admit. I think we've got fantastic lawyers, from the best that we could have. So if we don't win, we won't be that we haven't presented our case as best we can.
Best case scenario is that we succeed in getting what we want, which is we want the court to declare that the permit in question was granted unlawfully. We want them to say that it needs to be reconsidered, and we want them to give the Environment Agency and the cement company a defined time in which that can take place, so there can be a proper open reconsideration of the application for the permission to operate the cement plant. That's what we're asking for.
The 5 law lords arrive.
Council